Let's make some chicken and waffles with the waffle iron. Please make sure you spray it. If you don't, your waffle's gonna stick. So we've got some really interesting toppings for our chicken and waffles today. We're gonna start out with a lightly sauteed, just until tendered, oyster mushroom. We've also got, for our drizzle today, we've got a nice maple bacon and Fresno chili drizzle over here. And then we've got some nice sprouts just to top it off. But before we get into that, let's talk about our chicken for the chicken and waffles. What we have here is boneless, skinless chicken breasts that are marinated in the seasoned buttermilk, left overnight. What this does, it helps that flour to cling to it, and it forms a really nice crust for you. So all we're gonna do, we've got in this bowl, once again, our chicken breast and buttermilk. In this bowl, we've just got some seasoned all-purpose flour, seasoned with a little garlic powder, onion powder, thyme, basil, oregano, and just a pinch of cayenne pepper. And all you do, you're gonna take that chicken breast right out of the buttermilk, and we're gonna wipe it off just a little bit. We're gonna get our chicken right down into our seasoned flour, and we're gonna do the dry hand, wet hand method. So if you remove this from the milk with your one hand, use the other hand to actually take the flour and coat the chicken. And that prevents you from having two hands gooped up with sticky stuff. So all we're gonna do is make sure we get this nice and coated on both sides. I like to give it a little press just to make sure the flour's on there. And this is what it should look like, nice and coated all over. Okay? And from there, we're gonna take it and we're gonna drop it right into a deep fryer. If you don't have a deep fryer at home, you can do like we did. Nice large pot and nice amount of oil in the pot. Now, once we've got our chicken in our deep fryer, we're looking for a nice golden brown on the outside, but more importantly, we want it to be done on the inside. Okay? Get out of that. Oh, this is beautiful. We're gonna let this one go just a little bit longer, but in the meantime, we've got one already prepared for you. Now, while our chicken is finishing up, let's go ahead and get our waffles started. We've got our waffles iron set on number 3. Any higher, it tends to burn the outside of the waffle, and then the inside is still not completely cooked. 3 tends to work best on these types of machines. We're gonna go ahead and get a scoop of buttermilk waffle batter in here. And we're gonna get her closed up. The neat thing about these new and improved waffle irons, they've got a green light on here that tells you when that waffle is done. So we're gonna let her go. And in the meantime, let's go ahead and get our plate ready. Beautiful. And then let's check on our other one we dropped down in there. Oh, that's lovely. Can y'all see how this crust is setting up on here? For our first waffle, we're going to be doing our buttermilk waffle on the bottom. We've got our seasoned chicken breast that we're gonna fan out, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second. We've got our nice sauteed oyster mushrooms, and then our sprouts, and more importantly, bacon. That on out. And right here, I've just got some nice paper towel that helps to absorb the oil that comes off the chicken. Got one more down in here. We'll let that one go just a little bit longer. Okay. So while our waffle is finishing its thing, we're gonna go ahead and just cut our chicken breast, what we call on the bias, meaning we're gonna cut it at an angle. Now, a sharp knife is going to be important here because we want to make sure we keep that nice crust on that chicken breast. Our oyster mushrooms, just going to take it and split it right down the middle. So our green light has gone off. Our waffle is ready. Let's take a look at that baby. Nice and crispy on the outside, nice and tender on the inside. So to plate this thing, what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and cut it. And I like to cut it into 4 pieces just to get a better plate presentation on it. We're going to go ahead and arrange our waffle. And then we're going to take our chicken that we cut on the bias, and I like to lay it right down the middle. We've got our wonderful oyster mushrooms. We're going to just lay in here as well. Try to get them all similar to the same size. So once again, plating is everything. Okay? We've got our wonderful, wonderful maple bacon syrup with the Fresno chilies. And we're going to start where we need the syrup the most, which is on those waffles. Just a little spoonful on each. Now we've added Fresno chilies to this drizzle to give it a little color. Fresnos are a pretty good chili if you're not really into something that's real spicy. So it's not going to give you that kick like a jalapeno would, but it does give you a little tingle on your tongue. But more importantly, it's just beautiful on this dish. It brightens it up a lot. And then let's stir this up just a little bit because I want lots of bacon right down the middle of that chicken. Sweet and savory all together. And last but not least, I've got just a little bit of chopped chive here. And then just to give this plate some height, we've got our microgreens. And we're just going to top that right on top. And then we're going to, of course, clean up our plate just a bit. And there you have it. Buttermilk waffles, southern fried chicken, a wonderful maple and Vermont maple syrup highlighted with a little Fresno chili. And then to top it off, we've got sauteed oyster mushrooms and a wonderful, just a little touch of mixed greens.